Now it's time to start our platinum matches, you know, all the ones involving all Evil Eye decks. Because I just love Evil Eye that much. I don't question why I love it so much, I just do. We activate Paradolia, you get ashed. We are a little bit on the back foot, but we're in Plat now. It's not time to give up right away. We decide to set one card face down at the end of it and end our turn. Such a powerful move. We're actually hoping to get rid of Gorgenio by sending it to the graveyard. They activate Melody, we ash it, we pray they don't have another card. They may, but we don't know. I kind of hope they just stop here so I can just draw another card for my turn. They don't. They activate another one. We max C for the inevitable special summon. Because they have a lot of cards they can use in the graveyard now. They get Jet Dragon and Awakening and Alternative. And that's when we realize they have regular blue eyes in their hand. We wait for them to draw us a card. They draw us into Retribution. Not exactly useful. They power up Alternative and attack. Oh man, that's a lot of life points gone. It would suck if I didn't get a benefit of losing all my life points. Good news, we drew Paradolia. Even better news, we know the cards in their hand is Jet and regular blue eyes, so we don't have to worry anymore. Zerazel effect. Get Unleashed. Unleashed effect. We need White to deal with Jet afterwards, so we gotta get Celine. After all, Unleashed only gets us one equip spell, not one spell or trap. This gets us to what we actually want, Defeat. Evil Eye Defeat actually allows us to deal with Jet Dragon after it gets special summoned. I would like to point this out before I become dumb. Blue Eyes Jet comes out. After we beat over the alternative, we destroy it, and I realized I was a little bit stupid. Because Zerazel pops during the standby phase of the next turn. I will be popping Gorgenio. Always could have sent Gorgenio to the graveyard so you can search your next turn. Unfortunately, Jet Dragon does come out. With Jet Dragon come out again, we have to do something about it. I don't want to deal with it later, but we will wait a little bit. Let's see what they have. Oh, I know I can get a 2-for-1 deal. Nope, we are just going to bounce it back to the hand. We will assume they have nothing left in the hand, and we will continue onwards. Man, our life points are getting low. Look at that difference. Now it's time to end the game. I don't plan on letting this duel last another turn, so we will send 2 more cards to the graveyard, get Gorgenio. Should be the last one, too. Activate it. Activate Celine again, because it's mandatory. And beat him for 9,000. That's a lot. Especially to the face. Going in for another duel. No, this is not the Blue Eyes deck again. See, they have a different mate. As you can see, our hand is actually worse than last time. We don't even have a Celine, Gorgenio, or a Paradolia. They activate Max C. We don't exactly care, so we will be sending Gorgenio to the graveyard. Gorgenio effect. Dump our, not zombie. Dump the one that can revive itself. Activate Unleashed. Dump a couple more. Get Celine out. Activate the cat. Activate Celine. That is the only time they draw a card from this. I'm fine with that because I want to protect Celine. Celine is a little bit important so we can stop any play that involves around spells and traps, plus we can get rid of it later if need be. They activate their Black Wings, and we start with Negate. Ash Blossom the Tuner. Oh man, called by. I'm scared. Sucks to have a Retribution set already, and you are not allowed to chain anything to this Retribution. The reason why is because when you have Celine on the field, your opponent cannot chain to Retribution. This means that they cannot get rid of Ash Blossom. Now with Ash Blossom going through, for some reason they think they can still cross out Ash Blossom and it'll help them. It cannot anymore. And because of this, our opponent realized that they kind of got screwed over. they just kind of got screwed over for the rest of the turn. Welcome to our Egyptian Gods field. It's our opponents, but I will be taking the credit on this victory. You can see that we didn't exactly start in a very good position again. I don't know why I keep saving the duels that we don't start in good positions. Due to the fact that our position is so ass, we decided to let their hand trap go through and we dumped Celine. We set the other two, and we are praying now. They will be playing heroes, and they will start by sending one hero to the graveyard. We will be activating Max C to disincentivize any special summoning. Activating Shadow Mist in the graveyard will bait out an Ash in our hand. And then this is about where I start realizing my opponent isn't exactly in the best position either. He may be having like one too many hand traps or something. It's weird. Because they banished Shadow Mist for Poly and then attacked. I would think they read my cards and said, man, this guy needs something to attack, but no, he just ended turn, and now I'm just like, what the hell's going on? Good news, we drew Unleashed, which sets up the rest of our hand. So we will be using Unleashed. Oh well, there's a second Maxi. Well, we don't really care. We have a Maxi. We have Called by the Grave. It's not going to work anyway. Even if it did, how many times do I really special summon with this deck? The answer? Not much, but you mostly do it on other people's turns. On either your turn at the end, in the middle of the battle. Not even actually. You kind of want to do it on your opponent's turn, because then you can use your equip spells as link material. Activate Gorgonio, get rid of Selene. Activate Pareidolia, we're getting Cerazel. Activate Cerazel, we're getting Mesmerization. This is in case they actually do use that Polymerization, so we can now use it for ourselves and take their monster. This is before I destroy everything else. Equip Selene to Cerazel from the graveyard. Set Mesmerization and pass. Man, that's big deck there. Too bad it's not going to be utilized. They had one hero, Liquid Soldier. Seems like they got two heroes in their hands. They're going to be using Poly. We are going to be using Retribution. They cannot do anything about this because Selene is on the field. Because of this, Poly's negated. They now cannot do anything. Selene is going to give us a nice power boost. End phase. Seems like we can't kill yet. I think we should change that. Aw, man, look at that. The thing to change that. We will be sending two cards to the graveyard. We will be getting Gorgonio. It is a very powerful card when we are behind right now. And as of right now, we are technically behind in life points. Activate Calpatrops. This is the first time Maxi was not activated, just to let you know. Activate our now really fun linking off friend. Get Selene back onto the field again. Equip it to Cerazel. You'll notice it'll activate another Selene. You'll notice we're activating Gorgonio, which will activate both Selenes. Aw man, that's a lot of life points lost. I think I'm getting close to death here. That's 1,000. Too bad the duel is not lasting much longer because we have a game on the board. Yeah, it's very scary how quickly you can get game on the board with Evil Eye, but it's also scary with how often you can brick with Evil Eye. I have hands where it's been horrible. Onwards to our next duel. And the next one is about as scary as, probably better off than the others. We start off with Unleashed. Unleashed is probably the best card because they cannot stop the cards going to the graveyard. That is your cost. Which means, no matter what, we always get Gorgonio and one monster we want to the graveyard. It just depends if we get Selene into our hand or not. As long as you have another card in your hand, you should be fine. We activate Pareidolia for Basilisk, we activate Cerazel. It gets Effect Failure, but I'm fine with that, personally. Effect Failure resolves because we have no way to get rid of it. But, to be honest, it's not the worst. We decide to use Basilisk, try to dump another Gorgonio for later. It gets Ash Blossomed, I'm fine with that. I'd much rather get Ash Blossom than not. We set two cards into our spell and traps, and we let them go. We will be looking at whatever the this thing is. Oh, Pearly! You can tell I don't go against Pearly that often, so we max C, they chain, we decide to chain, so how we can destroy this card before it becomes untargetable. With Confrontation being used, we have Memory, which means Cerazel's not being destroyed anymore. Now with that, Pearly activates effects, I will activate my effect. We will also be chaining Forbidden Droplets, so how they cannot use their Pearly effect, and so I can get rid of it later, because Unleashed is in the graveyard, which means we will be able to do well, and they just surrendered because it was so humiliating how I was able to deal with that after all the hand traps.